Well, thank you for having me. I'm Rainер Lindner. I'm the previous chairman of the German Belarusian Society and founder of the Minsk Forum. I'm glad to know that many of you are participating in Berlin today were part of the Forum in the recent years. Of course, it's a very sad situation where we are meeting again. War is back in Europe. It's an aggression against a free country. And it's, of course, an aggression that is not in line with any international law and especially not in line with humanity. We know that also Belarus is involved here. And this is, of course, another very bad signal coming from Minsk, from the official Minsk, to the international community. And of course, that is why Europe, especially the European Union, and it's also Germany, sanctioning Belarus at this point of time. In the last 20 years, as you probably know, we were trying to bring together back then governmental officials, European diplomats, and the civil society and the opposition. We were trying to kind of create a certain critical dialogue in the society. Looking back, I'm not sure whether I was successful trying this because as we see today, there is no civil society governmental dialogue. On the contrary, there are people in prison. Many of them are our friends. And it's, of course, a very bad situation as well that we know people suffering and people are under arrest and many of them tortured over the recent months. So first of all, my first message is my thoughts are with those who are suffering and my thoughts are with those who are not seeing, and especially the young generation, a future in the country. And so this is a very poor situation as we speak. Secondly, it's not just the war coming back to Europe, but it's also for Belarus somehow the end of a modernization via Western companies or Western partners. As we've seen a week ago, 190 companies were sanctioned, Western companies, and not just companies with capital, but also civil society structures and organizations. And it's very bad just to hear that even the IBB, the symbol of German-Belarusian dialogue over the last 30 years, even the IBB is sanctioned, and even Nadezhda, which is a home for orphans, for the little children, even these activities are now limited or forbidden. And I want to just raise my not just my concern, but my kind of protest against these, especially these organizations who were trying over the years to organize a dialogue between ourselves and Belarus. And I don't understand why, especially this activity now, is close, and I'm saying this also as a member of the curatorium of IBB, but also as representative and the founder of the Minsk Forum process. But it's not the end of our activities from Germany towards Belarus. On the contrary, we were even in the past 2 years we were trying to go on with that platform. And I can inform you that even this year, we will have a Minsk Forum. And I think it's important also to learn that 21st, 22nd July, there will be an edition in Vilnius. As last year, we come back to Vilnius to try to get in contact with our Belarusian friends and also with representatives of the Western countries, the EU countries, organizations. We will then be back in Warsaw, 22nd, 23rd of September, which is again another edition of a Polish Belarusian German activity. And we know that many of our partners and colleagues from Poland are with us in preparing this conference. And hopefully we can also get a certain operational kind of result out of these meetings. 24th of October, we're going to have another meeting in Brussels. And I think our new chairman, Mrs. Stehle, chairwoman, I have to say, Hanna Stehle is a person who knows Brussels very well, with a Belarusian background. And of course, we want to get in touch also with the Belarusian organizations and European organizations. And finally, Berlin, 1st of December. Again, to be back in the German capital to discuss Belarus is, I think, in the very interest also of the German government. And of course, we need to make sure that Belarus is not stepping behind on the agenda too much. Of course, we know that there are other issues at the moment, and we are with our Ukrainian friends. And I'm saying this also as the chairman of the German-Ukrainian Forum, and which is a civil society platform for Ukraine. But Belarus needs to stay on the agenda also of German and European politics as well. I think it's a very important situation to make sure that also people in Belarus understand that there are alternatives, that there are alternative perspectives for the country. And there is a European society interested in the development, economic, civic, political development of Belarus. And this is what we need to make sure that people are aware of this. I've been to Belarus last time 1 week before the war, so in mid-February. And it was horrific to see even military convoys heading to the Ukrainian border. And it was in this period of time when I learned that many of our friends and many of our representatives from the opposition either went into a kind of internal immigration or just left the country. And again, this is an indicator that there is, for the time being, no room, obviously, or just a little room for organized civic society activities. This is why we're doing this, and this is why we keep on working with our Belarusian partners and to make sure that people sometime can come back, that the new generation is not lost in the country, but will have a future in Belarus as well. That's why I just want to make sure that we're working here on the same issue, that the Minsk Forum will take place also this year. And of course that we also find bilateral ways of communicating with you and our partners in the country to not to lose ground and not to lose contact, because this is the main message from my side this morning. We invested a lot of fostering these relations over the years. We have the partners in the region, in the cities, in the villages, of course, in the capital. But I think it's now important not to lose contact, but to work together for the future of this country. Thank you for this discussion, and especially my greetings goes out to Valerie and Veronica and the other colleagues, and thank you for having me this morning. Спасибо большое.